Hello, Megan. All right, as you can tell, I'm in the field and working with two small devices, the GPS and cell phone. I'm going to use this one to utilize the features of the GPS, and not quite sure how I'm going to do the cell phone, but I'll figure it out. So we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Hello again. This is Jerry Bianco. All right, we're in the field going over how to stay and get organized. Excuse me. I touched briefly on the preparation of the file itself, which is very important. Once you leave the office or you go and you have 6, 8, 12, 15, 20, 50, or however many, doing them sequentially, smoothly, one after the other, is going to save a lot of time and a lot of fuel. And you can also become a lot more efficient and proficient for your employer. What you're looking at is a GPS, and if you don't have one, it's well worth the investment. They're very, very cost effective now, less than $100, and it will pay itself back in no time whatsoever. In a little while, I'll go over how to use a cell phone, which is right here, when this particular device will get you within 3 or 4 or 500 feet or less of a target address. However, if it's an apartment complex where there's lots of buildings and each one has a different address, 2815 versus 2821 and so on, or a commercial property that has 400 or 500 feet in width, but it goes back a half or a third of a mile, which different buildings, the cell phone then, and I'll show that to you in a little while, can be targeted to how do I walk there, and I'll go over that in a little bit. Don't walk to your serves unless you can't find them in the car, then that's when this device comes in, and I'll go over all of that. So I've entered in several addresses here, as you can tell. Over on the right side, and that's my seat creaking, is the distance in miles from where I am. So you can see it goes from 16, less than half a mile, mile and a half, and you can scroll down. And then the all-important Jack-in-the-Box when you get hungry, you'd like a cold drink or hot drink, depending on where you live. So what to do here is once your serves are in there, depending on where you are, you can route them in the shortest distance. For example, this address on Wrecker Road is half a mile. So the drive time there is just a couple of minutes. This next particular address is 1.5 miles. 13, 14, 16, 9.6 back to the restaurant. And so on. 8 miles, 8.7. So you can start working your way out and then go to the ones that are just beyond it. Here's a couple at 14 miles. There was one for 9. This particular one is 8.4, 7.2, and so on. So you can work out from where you are to your furthest serve and know you're going, letting the GPS do the thinking in the most efficient, effective means possible. Or, for example, this one is 20 miles out. You can drive out and then work your way back in. So you go from 20, 16, and so on. This also helps you recap the day if you would like to go and see where you've been and track your mileage. It's a very good, very strong, excellent tool. Then, of course, once you open it up, it's thinking. Zero in if you'd like the details, or pull out and you get a bigger overview. Again, just like Google Maps. And how this ties in with Google Maps, this is all well and good, but there's going to be times when it's dark, or you have several files, and you're not sure where to go without entering all the information in here or scrolling down. That's when you can pull out the paper files, and from each paper file reference back to the Google Maps. For example, on this particular one, as I bring this in again, here we go. For example, this is Wrecker Road, and that's Brown. So this particular serve, I think I circled this one on the map, so I know it's in this general area. If I pull my Google Maps out and I find another one, say over in this area, this general area, I can find it on the map and then touch it, on the GPS rather, and go back to it. So say I'm going to the Wanton Hunt Highway, find the intersection, and go back here again. And I know this one is close to that other address, 4.4 miles, so I can pull out the Google map, find out the major cross streets, and use it as a separate tool. So they all work together. Not one tool is good. All of them together are great. It's just putting everything in your toolbox to make you more efficient, more productive, and to keep your driving to a minimum. Hope you've learned something. This is how to use the GPS. Very simple. And again, I do encourage, if you don't have one and your car does not come with one, please do make the investment. It will pay you great rewards. Thank you.